All right. Well, congratulations. You made a great decision getting this. I mean, and I say it, I'm laughing because I was literally just telling somebody on my team, like, I could have sold this for thousands of dollars, right? So, but, but the fact is, let's go ahead and get started. And so you can get a traffic search to get those visitors coming in with Traffic Pop. Before we get into the walkthrough and showing you how to set up your campaign, we gotta go over a few things. It's really important that you hear everything I'm about to tell you because there's a harsh truth about traffic, and let's get real. You could have the cleanest funnel, the cleanest funnel ever. You could have a headline so good that it could make even grown men cry. You could have the best damn offer on the internet, and still nobody clicks, nobody buys, nobody cares. Why? Because you have no traffic, and traffic is everything. Now, the big lie, if you build it, they will come. Let me break that down to you gently. That only works in baseball movies. If you guys ever saw that, The Field of Dreams, I think it was called. In real life, you build it in crickets, right? Because the internet is loud, it's messy, and nobody comes to your site unless you drag them there. People obsess over design, they obsess over colors, they obsess over fonts. But they don't stop to ask the question that matters the most. How the hell am I going to get people to do this thing, see this thing, right? And so I wanted to say free traffic is an absolute joke. I mean, yeah, I said it. I mean, look, SEO, that's a waiting game. I know there's people out there touting the whole thing. I mean, they probably make more money selling the idea of SEO than they actually do from it. I mean, you got TikTok out there, you got YouTube out there. That's content treadmill that you can never get off of. Social media, that's just begging for attention from people who don't care. You don't want to be a content slave. You want clicks. You want humans, visitors. You want real humans seeing your offer right now, right? I mean, so that's where this traffic comes in. And let me just tell you why this thing is like a cheat code. It's like real traffic. It's not bots. It's not mystery clicks from Siberia, and it starts showing up in minutes, not months. You can scale it, you can stop it, you can fire it up at any time. And the cool thing is you don't need an ad manager, you don't need a funnel hacker or even a PhD. It's like plugging a hose into your landing page and turning it on, and boom, eyeballs, right? I mean, so what kind of traffic is this really? Well, this is traffic from big name publishing or publisher networks. So high volume, legit sources, nothing shady. So you pay for impressions or views. You choose how fast or slow it flows. You control where it goes, what countries you're focusing on, and you set the budget. Now, let me be clear. Let's be clear. This is not fake YouTube views. This is not buying 1,000 subscribers garbage. This is not some magic ATM machine. It's not a lottery ticket. It's fuel. And you need a working machine. Now, your job is to convert. So here's the deal. This gets people to the page. Your job is to make them care once they're there. And here's the cool thing is during this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to set up your first, your first traffic pop. Now, you got to know what works and what doesn't. So before all that, you need to understand that no traffic equals no business. No traffic equals no money. And no traffic, you're invisible. And you want to, you got to lock this in. Traffic isn't optional, it's the game. Free traffic, in my opinion, and I've been doing this since 1997, marketing online since 1997, free traffic's for gamblers. And you're here to build a weapon. This gives you a stream of real people on demand. This is your shot to get seen, to get tested, and get paid, to get it tested and paid. So everything else in this course builds on that one truth. So the final thought is this: you can sell to people who don't show up. Well, actually, let me restate that. You cannot sell. You can't sell to people who don't show up, right? I mean, you've got 99 problems, but traffic shouldn't be one of them. Especially you after have traffic pop, okay? Now, how this paid traffic works, right? Let's get one thing straight. Most people have absolutely no clue how to get paid traffic actually that works. They think it's a click a button, make money, or they're terrified of losing $20 like it's Vegas. Here's the truth. Paid traffic is simple, not easy, but simple. And once you get it, you can print your own traffic on command. So what is paid traffic? Let me break it down to you like a 12-year-old. You pay money, they send people, and those people land on your site. That's it. Now, what makes or breaks your campaign is turning those people into money. It's what countries are they coming from? How fast are they coming in? Are they, and what are they doing when they land? If you know those things, you're dangerous. So let's kill the confusion around this. And because I want to talk to you about some bidding 101 in plain English, because we're going to be bidding here. Now, you're competing with other advertisers. Everyone's trying to get their site shown. So the more you're willing to pay per 1,000 views, which CPM, and let me just get a marker or a thing right here, just because I want to clearly say this. CPM. This is going to be a common thing. CPM, if you don't know, CPM is really cost per 1,000. So it's 1,000 views or visitors. I use them interchangeably, but right? So 1,000 cost per 1,000. Now, let me be clear, is this the higher priority, the higher priority you get in the traffic thing, the more you're willing, let me restate this. The more that, okay, so everybody's out there competing to get shown, and the more you're willing to pay per CPM, getting back to where we're at, why I wrote that, the more you're willing to pay per CPM or cost per 1,000 for 1,000 views, the higher priority you get in the traffic feed. Okay, so low bid means traffic trickles in. In some cases that's really fine. High bid means you get blasted with views, blasted with visitors. No bid equals no clicks, equals no data, equals no money. So the simple rule is this: if you're not getting traffic, if you're not getting traffic, you're not bidding high enough. So stop blaming the platform and start adjusting your offer. Delivery controls equals power. So if you want traffic to start fast, you need to set your campaign to enable, and I'll go over this here in a bit, but set your campaign to enabled, bid strong, and go. You want to slow it down so your autoresponder doesn't have some kind of panic attack or something like that. Well, then what you do is you can use rate limits to throttle, hourly or even daily flow, and I'll go over that here in a bit. The other thing is, if you want to pause it, maybe you want to test a new page and then restart it, that's fine. You're in charge. There's no waiting on like AI mood swings. So this traffic source is like a traffic faucet. You control the pressure, you control the stream. So where's this traffic coming from? Well, there's no shady back alley click farms. This is not your cousin in some basement clicking ads from Zimbabwe, right? These are top tier publishing network sites with real traffic and real audiences. What you're doing is you're popping, you tap into their pop ad placements. What you're doing really is you're renting real estate on real sites, but you control where your visitor goes. And here's the kicker. This traffic source, what it does, it filters out it filters the crap out. It filters out those bot blockers, the auto clickers, they're all gone. So you don't have to worry about bots and all that stuff. Now, you're basically, at the end of the day, you're getting the clean stuff. And why this matters is this, because paid traffic is, and really everything I said matters, is because paid traffic isn't just pay and pray. It's fuel. And if you control the flow, you control the fire. Most people burn cash because they don't understand what I just said. Now you you're now officially smarter than 99% of marketers. You think about this. Here's what I said, and just kind of what I'm talking about here. Paid traffic is simple. It's money in, equals people in. You control everything. You control the speed. You control the schedule. You control the spend. You control what countries they're coming from. But also, and the other thing is this: bid decide who gets the attention. You bid smart and you get seen. Now, rate limits let you fine-tune delivery like a sniper. So it's this is real freaking traffic from real websites, not social stuff. Now, Traffic Pop, I want to kind of go over some best practices, because for Traffic Pop, it's the real deal, right? I mean, you're getting traffic. Getting traffic is the easy part. What you do with that traffic, that's where most people mess it up. Traffic Pop, what it does is, it gets you visitors on demand. But what doesn't mean those visitors are, that doesn't mean that the visitors are guaranteed to buy. They're not guaranteed to opt in. They're not guaranteed to click. You've got one shot to make it count. And now what I want to do is I'm going to go over how to turn raw traffic into real results without, wasting your visitors. So a couple things to know is you want to use clean direct links. Don't overcomplicate it. Avoid link shrinkers or shorteners. Tracking redirects or anything that really adds friction. You want to send your traffic straight to your domain. Now, if you're an affiliate, listen to me on this. Pay attention. This is a writer downer here. If you're promoting somebody else's offer, never send traffic directly to an affiliate link. If you're one of my clients, I preach this. It doesn't matter what the hell you're doing. I always preach this one thing. But use a bridge page. Basically, if you don't know what a bridge page is, you probably just Google what the hell a bridge page is. But I'll just tell you what it is right now. Because a bridge page is a simple, like a pre-sale page that warms up the visitor, explains the offer, and lets you can capture the email first, or you can have them directly go to the link. But basically, bridge pages give you control over the visitor's experience, a chance to even build your list if you want to do it that way. It's protection against flagged affiliate links. You get higher conversions too, because here's the thing: cold traffic rarely buys. And in fact, at ClickBank they have let me see if I can pull this up right here. So let me see if I can pull this up. So over at ClickBank, and just to give you a general idea, they talk about this over at ClickBank. So I went over to ClickBank, and look, affiliate bridge page, the ultimate guide, 2x your sales with pre-sale page. And then something people call bridge page, pre-sale page. They're the same exact things. So, and here's what they're talking about. So without a bridge page, basically you're turning the source to a sales page. But what I'm talking about is using a bridge page, where it's basically you send the source to your bridge page, and then it goes to the affiliate link. You could do it other ways where you get capture your email address and stuff like that. But when I'm referring to it, I'm typically referring right here. And you have a lead throw going by. But smart marketers understand that you want to use a bridge page. The bridge page, sometimes called a pre-sale page, or is one additional step in the sales funnel between the traffic and the sales page. Basically, it's the page you put your affiliate link on that you control. So, but use a bridge page. It's one of the things that's very important if you're doing, especially, listen to me, especially if you're using Warrior Plus, especially if you're doing JVZoo. Because I will tell you, if you got approved for an affiliate link and you go straight to the affiliate link and you're not using a bridge page, you're gonna probably get your account, or at least banned from that vendor. Like they will like turn your account off. So you want to make sure you use a bridge page. It's going to increase your conversions anyway. So the other thing is, but it also allows you to do these things, because you want, if your site has like an SSL, basically what it does, it starts with the HTTPS, :// then great. If not, don't force it. Forcing HTTPS without having a SSL triggers a browser warning that scares off visitors instantly. So you want to make sure you have it where it's secure, because no trust equals no action. So check your site before you launch it and make sure that it's secure when you're doing that. The other thing is you probably want to stress test your site. Most marketers do not prepare for success. What they do is they get traffic and their page crashes. And believe me, I've been in this game long enough. I know I was one of those marketers once that did that. So before sending any visitors, there's like a free tool you can use. It's called Loader.io that can simulate a traffic spike. So if your page that you own, slows down and crashes under load, then you're not ready. So you need to get better hosting. You need to better optimize your page speed, or make sure it holds up. So basically, I just gave you that link, and just in case I figured you probably want to know this, you just go to https://loader.io, and that's where you can make that happen. Now, I want to be clear: never stress test affiliate links, okay? Because you don't want to do that, because really you're sending, in a sense, fake traffic. It's just testing it, so you don't want to do that to it. So never stress test affiliate links. It's very important that you understand that. The next thing I want to say is this: you can install Google Analytics. In the end of the day, guessing is for gamblers. Marketers measure, so you need like Google Analytics or something similar installed, so you can see how many people are landing on your page, how long they stay, what they click on, what they where they bounce. If you're flying blind, you're wasting money. And the other thing is you want to make your landing page count. This is where the visitor decides to stay or bounce. This is the buy or bail. This is, in the page that you send them to must load fast, must be web, mobile optimized, speak to the audience, and have one clear call to action. If you confuse them, you lose them. And another thing is, I want to tell you a bridge page tip for an affiliates. Your bridge page, and maybe, do I still got my drawing thing? Yeah, I do. Okay, so your bridge page, I like to do bridge pages, and I use bridge pages for this. But how I like to have bridge pages, what I like to do for my bridge page is basically what I'll do is I usually have a headline at the top. So I use a powerful headline at the top. Headline. I wish I had a touch screen on this, and it's on my laptop, but headline, and then I usually put an image here, and then underneath the image, I usually have a CTA, call to action. I want to put CTA here to make it, which is an affiliate link. And so I drive the traffic to this, which is my AF link right here, and then it goes to the sales page, right? So that's what I'm talking about. And I want to be, clear that you want to use a powerful headline. I like to use images. You're gonna see a bunch of people do it different ways. That's the way I like to do it. But that's how I make things happen from there. Now, with this one's optional, but you can use the conversion pixel in your traffic account. If you control the page, now if your affiliate, it's kind of a little bit hard to do, but that's why I said this is optional. But if you control it, like you want to use conversion. The pixel in your traffic account. And the other thing is, just kind of to wrap this up is this: before you launch, you want to ask yourself, is my URL clean and direct? Am I using HTTPS correctly? Has my site been stress tested? Do I have tracking installed? Is my landing page clear and conversion ready? And if I'm affiliate, am I using a bridge page, right? So, and remember, you're not just getting visitors, you're getting chances. So every visitor is a shot to make a sale, to build your list, to spark a relationship. So use those best practices to make sure that you make the most of every one. Now here's some common pitfalls. And then I'm going to tell you some ways to make money with this too. But I'm going to give you some common pitfalls and how to avoid them. One, let me give you kind of reality check. Most people don't fail because of the traffic source doesn't work. They fail because they do three things wrong. One, they set it up wrong, which I'm going to go over how to set it up right here in a bit. They send traffic to garbage offers, and the other thing is they focus on every single country out there. They just blame the traffic instead of fixing their funnel. So I just want to give you a brutally honest kind of, in a sense, checklist of what not to do, and in this video, and I'll give you the checklist I gave you is for all those things to make sure you do that I was talking about a little bit earlier, right? But let me give you a little different checklist here in this video, and and tell you how to fix it fast. And one of the things is, one of the big pitfalls people have is their campaign gets approved, but the traffic isn't flowing. And so let's just say that you launched and nobody's hitting your page, and you have 0 visitors and it's dead. The reason that normally that happens, and why that happens, is because, one, your campaign wasn't actually approved. Let me just tell you, approvals usually happen within an hour, but they're actually a lot quicker than that. But and on the weekends it's a little longer, but it's not that long. So you're not enabled. So one of the things is, you might be approved, but you're not enabled. So you got to enable it. If you watch that proof video, I have to enable it in order for things to go. Your budget is too low. You're targeting a small country, maybe. You hit the rate limit. You set a schedule that doesn't really allow delivery. So a couple things to think about and how to fix it fast is, double check all your campaign settings. I'm going to go over all that here in a second. Raise your bid. Even a little makes a big difference. Remove rate limits if you want a faster flow. I'm not saying you have to, but I am telling you this is what, if that's the reason, you might want to check them. And then make sure your budget is enough to get noticed. Now remember, the traffic runs the source I'm going to give you runs at a real-time auction. So if your bid is low, your campaigns get pushed to the bottom of the pile. Now, number 2 pitfall is traffic starts, but it's way too slow. You let's say you're getting 3 visitors per hour and you want to get 300. Well, one of the reasons it happens is because your bid isn't competitive. Your rate limiting is too tightly, and your campaign is basically targeting countries with low volume. So to fix it, what you do is you increase your bid, you loosen your limits, and you double check the countries you're focusing on. All right, traffic is a flow, and you're the valve, so open it up. Now, another pitfall is traffic's coming in, but nothing's convert. So let's say you got 1,000 visitors, and you got 0 leads. Maybe you're going after leads, and you got 0 leads, or maybe you're focusing on sales, and you got 0 sales or 0 clicks. Or the reason this happens is maybe your landing page sucks, right? Your offer isn't compelling. It's not it's not focused on the the source that you have. That you're going after. And so the other thing is maybe your offer isn't compelling, like I already said. There's no clear call to action on your page. Your website's not mobile optimized. Make sure it is. That's very important. And you're sending traffic to, and you better be sending to a bridge page. But I was going to say, maybe you're sending traffic to a cold affiliate link. You don't want to do that. You want to send to a bridge page. So make sure everybody, always use a bridge page, always. But make sure you use a proven landing page template. Make sure you could test different headlines or call to actions on your page. You could make sure the page loads fast. Make sure it's clean on mobile. Because the brutal truth is, if 1,000 visitors hit your page and bounce, the traffic isn't the problem. Your page is. So just think about that. Now, another pitfall is wasting time blaming the traffic. You start saying things like, this traffic doesn't work, it's all bots. It's not all bots. And then why it happens. One, you maybe didn't install analytics. You have no idea. You gambled, right? You didn't test your page. You're running blind. So one way to fix it, you can run Google Analytics before you launch. You can watch behavior, the time on the page, the scroll depth, the clicks. You compare your with your opt-in page or your purchase data, and be honest with what needs to improve. The traffic is real, but you still have to make it convert. Now, another pitfall is you didn't follow the checklist. So you skipped the basics, things broke, you lost money. Well, go back and fix it, right? That's one of the reasons I gave you that checklist. Use the don't waste the visitor checklist, which actually I talked about those things in the checklist earlier. Use the setup video. Follow along what I go over here in a bit before you spend a single dollar. Marketing isn't about luck, it's about systems, and follow them. And one of the big pitfalls is not capturing leads. A lot of people are going straight for the sale, straight for the sale, straight for the sale. If you guys know me, especially since 1999, I think I've been preaching build a list, build a list, build a list, build a list. And I've been saying it forever, longer than anybody that I know that's still alive. And because I've been around longer than some of the marketers have passed away. But I've been doing this since I was was I 19, 20, 97? So yeah, I was young, really young. So I've been doing this longer than my kids were. But yeah, I've been focusing on getting leads. So you're sending traffic and you're not building a list. I personally believe that's a big mistake. So you can fix it by using an opt-in page, even just maybe name an email, maybe just email. Add a lead magnet or a bonus to boost the conversions. And then you can send follow-up emails with the affiliate offers or with the product offers. Whether they buy now or not, you got a lead. That's traffic you control forever. And the big thing I want to say is this: don't sabotage. Before you blame the traffic, check your campaign settings, check your bid, check your landing page, track everything. Use a bridge page if you're doing affiliate link, right? Affiliate offers, and follow the checklist. You're not buying guarantees, you're buying opportunities. And if you follow the system, then you know exactly how to turn those opportunities into money. Now, let's talk about some fun stuff now, right? Before we get into the actual showing you how to set everything up. Let me give you some powerful use cases and money plays. So you're not here to get traffic. What? Matt, this is called traffic pop. Yeah, and I'm going traffic source, but you're not. You're here to turn traffic into money, right? And that's exactly what this is all about that I want to talk about right now. And you're going to find 6 tested and proven ways to turn that faucet on and to monetize fast. Each one of these strategies, is in a setup and a path to profit. You don't need all 6. So I just want to be clear. You just need one that fits your goals, your skills, and your offer. So let's get into it. First thing first is this: if you got the bonus, and you're like, oh, what the hell is all this? Well, this is the Traffic Pop Matrix. Actually, is what I'm talking about. So it's kind of the companion that goes along with this. In fact, let me just talk to you. So one of the bonuses, where'd it go? One of the bonuses I gave you is the Traffic Pop Matrix. Just open it up. Okay, here it is. This is what I'm talking about right here. And what I'm going to talk about right now is this is the matrix. So every visitor has a potential payday, but only if you have a plan. Use the matrix, and this is what it is. And I'm going to go over all these different money plays, okay? And you can use this later. So, but that's what I'm talking about. So let's just go over this. So these are the money play breakdowns, which is not on. It's like this perfect companion. So it's a perfect companion. That's why I want to give it to you as a bonus. So let's just talk about this. One, you got I'll just pull this over here. So right here, the first thing it says list builder, right? So the list builder blitz, and then you'll see the next one. I'm gonna go over hit and run, and then I'm gonna go over this on the thing. So let me just be clear about the list builder blitz. List builder blitz, who this is for is anybody who wants to build an email list or lead funnel. And how it works is this: basically what you do is you use a simple opt-in page with a lead magnet, maybe a PDF, maybe a checklist, or maybe a video or a freebie. You send traffic to it, you collect emails. And why this works is because you own the lead. You follow up. You can print money daily. The other thing is the other one that's on there, which is the affiliate hit and run, which you can see on this right here, the affiliate hit and run. So what am I talking about here? These are for affiliate marketers who want fast commissions. And what you want to do and how it works is this. Listen to me. You use a bridge page, right, with a headline. A lot of times I like to use a picture, like I kind of drew out for you, and then a call to action with your affiliate link. And then, you could stack bonuses if you want to. It's possible. And the reason it works is because you warm the click. You drive curiosity and you increase EPCs. So you want to make sure you're doing that if you're an affiliate marketer. You can optimize. I call it offer optimizer mode, right? So who this is for is anybody that's testing funnels, headlines, or your hooks. So how this works is this: basically, you said real traffic. You send traffic to different variations of your opt-in or your VSL or your sales letter, and watch which one converts. You tweak and you optimize. And why this works is this: because traffic is the fastest way to know what really works. Then the other one on there, which I call the traffic middleman. Now, I will tell you that as I go through these and as I listed on this, we're going to go from beginner to immediate, then back to, and this is kind of a beginner thing, okay? But who this is for is anybody who wants a business in a box. So, how it works is this: you can run campaigns for clients, maybe local businesses, other marketers. You can mark up the traffic and pocket the difference, right? So why this works is you don't need to, you don't need your own product, just their budget and your setup. So it's another thing that you could do. So you could actually be the middleman on traffic. Now another one is retarget fueler. I will tell you this is what I listed more as an advanced play, but this is a smart play, from my opinion, probably because I'm an advanced marketer. But and what this is for is maybe media buyers, e-commerce brands, agency marketers, and how this works is this: is you drive the cheap visitors maybe to your blog, to a content piece, and you tag them with maybe a Facebook pixel, maybe your Google Tag Manager, and you retarget them on a high ROI platforms. All right, and for those of you advanced, you know what I'm talking about here. And the reason this works because it fuels cheaper and smarter follow-up ads. So you could actually use this to make that happen and make it your retargeting fueler. And then the other thing is trust, booster flow. So what am I talking about here? This is more for SEOs. This is for brand builders. This is for maybe if you're doing SaaS, maybe age domains. And how this works is you send visitors to these, because it's real human visitors. You send those visitors to boost your engagement channels, basically your dwell time, your scroll depth, your page views. And the reason this works is because tools and algorithms, AI and SEO, respond to behavioral signals. What this does gives your assets a heartbeat. So, I just want to say some final words before I start diving in and walking through setup. Don't try traffic. Deploy it. Pick one play, right? Pick one play. Pull this back. Pick one play. This is the bonus. But pick one play. Set it up fast. Monitor the results. And then either optimize, scale, or switch plays. So either you, then you, like I said, then you optimize and you scale or switch plays. So if you're ever sure what to do next, always go back to the money matrix. And so let me just guide you through the next move. Let me guide you through setting up a campaign and making it happen. All right. All right, so where you want to go right now is type in your browser. You can type in, it's fastestway.com/POP. So that's fastestway.com/POP, and that will land you on the page so you can go ahead and get started. All right, sign up takes like 1 minute, and I'll kind of show you what happens. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to traffic.com/pop, okay? And when you go there, you're going to land on this page. And just so you know, you can get started. It's really simple. It's really easy. It's a self-serve platform for businesses and affiliates offering easy traffic and acquisitions with mainstream and adult audiences. I do not use the adult audiences. I'm only going to be talking about the mainstream stuff. So just so you know, that's where I am going to go, and that's what I'm going to talk about. But if you're in that, that's you. Whatever. But in it, you can kind of read the pages, and it talks about the common uses and different things and all this stuff and all about it. But at the end of the day, what you need to do is you need to go and click on Get Started. And already in my account. So let me log out of my account and show you. Well, I actually set the new account up. But let me log out and show you what happens when you go and get started. So you're going to go to the page. You're going to click Start. And let me move this. It's really simple. All right, and so once you push start, you're just going to go, it's going to create a new account. You're just fill in your details. You can put your name here. You can put your email address in here. Phone number is optional. Put a password. Accept the terms and conditions and get started. That's how freaking easy it is to start setting up your account. Okay, and you're only paying for traffic, so you don't need a pay for account or anything like that. So you want to go and make that happen. Let me go ahead and log into my account. But while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and log in my account. It's always good and smart to maybe watch this once and then come back to the section after get there and then follow along step by step. So like just watch me go through it and come all the way back to where I'm at right now and then just follow along. But some of you might get it really quick. So really here's what's happened. I'm on the dashboard right here. This is a brand new account that I just set up for this purpose. So you don't see anything different, right? Because if you actually notice, my account had campaigns. And but this is what it'll look like for you. You have no data in the time frame. You have no ad campaigns. So all your campaigns will be down here. Your account balance. How you increase your account balance is you just go over here and add funds. So here's where you go and you add a funds. And you can pay with debit cards or PayPal. You can pay in US dollars, and the minimum you start off with $10, and then you agree to the terms and you make a payment, right? So and then they kind of reward you to get extra balances. So you receive additional according to the amounts you choose. So you get extra 5%, 7%, 9% if you're at this and stuff like this. But you could, like I said, you could start off with $10 to be able to get going and top up your account so you can start run your campaigns. You cannot run your campaign unless you put money in the bucket. Okay, so you could go ahead and top that up, but you don't have to do that right now. Let me just go ahead and show you. So over here is if I click on this button right here, because this will take me back to the dashboard, and you can go in here and see your campaigns. You can browse your campaigns, start a new campaign, also new campaigns here. This is where referrals. If you actually watch that bonus video, that's what I talked about over here. For the referrals, this is where you make your payments. This is your profile. They do have some promotions. Like they give you a promotion that if you write a review, you get $10 to your balance. So, and they just post a review there. Whether it's positive or negative, they always look for approve. You just get $10 and then you can contact them. Let me be clear about one thing. Their support has been absolutely amazing. Like, if you have any questions while you're in here, it's always good to talk to them. They respond really quickly. I've been absolutely shocked with them over there whenever I speak to them, because they respond pretty quickly. Okay, so and they approve accounts pretty quickly. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, kind of walked you around this, but let's go ahead and go to new campaign. Whether you go here to new campaign, you go to here to new campaign, it doesn't really matter. Remember, your campaign will not start running until you add funds. So I'm going to click on new campaign. The desired format for advertising, we're going to do pop traffic. That's the reason I called this traffic pop, because we're going to talk about pop traffic. Basically, somebody goes to the website and it pops up. So from here, so this is we're going to receive mass traffic to our landing page or our affiliate offer. Remember, if you're going to send traffic to affiliate offers, I am going to stress this again, even though I stressed it many times. It is send to bridge pages. Send to bridge pages. I talked about it earlier. I think I mentioned it about 4 or 5 times. I'm going to say it one time over here. I'm going to probably say it again. But and you're going to click on pop traffic. And once you do this, this is where you're going to name. This is the type of campaign. So this is just to remind you what the heck you're doing in there. So like when I did the live demo one, you might have saw me. I named it live demo, so I knew what that campaign was in my account. If you're, I like to name it, whatever I'm doing. So if maybe I got a bridge page, in whatever offer. So I got a bridge page for secret email, system, right? Or whatever, the offer is. Maybe I got a bridge page for traffic booster. Whatever the bridge page has on it in whatever affiliate offer I'm doing. And if you've got your own offers, maybe you just name it like, whatever, secret, whatever the thing is, but name it so you know what the hell you're driving that traffic to, so you don't have to go and look at the link and everything else from there. So you name your campaign. So you're going to put your name of your campaign here, right? Now, then what you're going to do, and honestly, this is so freaking easy, so peasy. You're going to select your audience. Remember, I don't do adult. You're going to go mainstream, unless you do adult, but I don't. So you're going to go mainstream. So this is the most suitable audience for your content. I go mainstream. So just so you know, we're going after mainstream. Then over here it says setting your max your max CPM. Remember I talked about it a little bit earlier. Just remember CPM stands for cost per 1,000. So how much are you going to do? The minimum bid is $1.50 per 1,000. The max is $10. So however you want to do it, I'll just tell you that's the max. That's going to get you the most traffic you can faster. Maybe you want to start off at $1.50, and that's fine. So I'm going to put $1.50 right there. Now, we're going to go over here. It says set budget. Well, just so you know, I will tell you, I never, even though like the minimum bid's $1.50, no, everybody goes there. So I'm going to go a little bit higher. So I'm going to go $1.55. I always go a little higher than whatever somebody says or whatever the suggestion is, because most people go with, or the minimum, because people will go with that. So you could start off a little bit higher. You want to outsmart everybody else, because remember, we're fighting for that audience or for that traffic. So now it says set daily budget. So you can set your daily budget here. So let's say you want to spend, $10 a day. You can say $10, right? If you leave it empty, you have no limit whatsoever. Anything you set up, you can change later. Now this is where we're going to set your targeting. Targeting is pretty easy. If you leave it empty, there is no filters on there. But if let's say that you want to, maybe focus on Australia. Maybe you want to go after tier 1. So let's go Australia. If I miss a tier 1 country, don't yell at me. I'm going to go Ireland. Let's say UK, United States. Let's just call, and I probably missed something, but let's just say these are the countries I'm going to go after. You know what? I like, even though it's probably not considered a tier 1, I personally like to go after Singapore too. So I've been there many times. I love going there. So, and they buy. So these are actually where most of my buyers, and well, I'll tell you, I forgot Canada. Sorry, but I years ago, we kind of stopped focusing on Canada. We started focusing on it a little bit more lately, a lot more. So just at a quick glance, son of a gun, I just canceled them. So what I pick? Australia. Let me actually do it right. Canada. When I do it, I do Ireland. You can pick whatever countries. You can see them there. I do like New Zealand too. Got a lot of buyers from there. Singapore, a lot of buyers. These aren't totally considered tier 1. Well, maybe they are. UK and United States. All right. So, or you could just remove them all, but I'm going to focus. You can focus on filter it for countries. The other thing is you want to do is you filter it for desktops or for mobile phones. Here's an interesting thing. If I tend to offer higher ticket stuff, I usually go after, and I do. So I personally go after desktops more, but some people might find that they get a lot of people buying the mobile phone. However you do your business, you do yours. I personally do focus more on desktops. If we don't put anything there, that's fine. It just means it's not going to do this. This is where we're going to schedule our traffic flow. So I'm focusing on 7 countries. Let me go back to desktop. So I'm going to focus on 1 device. And this is where I can say, so if you want your traffic to be sent, if you leave it empty, it's going to go 24/7. You can set it up where only certain days you're getting your traffic. So maybe you find that you get your best traffic on certain days, and maybe you know that. Like if I had to pick 2 days that mattered the most to me, Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are probably my biggest sales days. And then you got hours. So if you know the hours in which people are, people come in and where people are making things happen from 11 to, whatever you find. I'm going to leave those blank. All right. So you may want to schedule the hours. Okay. Now here's the rate limiter. So you have the ability to rate, limit the have it come in, daily, and you limit the amount of traffic that they send per period. So you can just say, I want, let's say 200, limit 200 daily. I don't know if I want to do that, but anyway, but you have that ability. If you want to, limit hourly, you could do that. Now that makes more sense to me. Maybe 300 an hour, right? Or whatever you want to set it to, 100 an hour, whatever you set it to, just remember it's going to stick to that. So you can limit the amount of traffic that's provided during those periods. And then now what you want to do is, once you have that set up, what you want to do is you want to run, you can, when you put your link in, let me just be clear what this is about. So when you put your link in, it has to get approved by the network. They're going to we approve your link. And when they approve you, which usually happens within an hour, well, it can take a little longer than that depending on the time you do it, but it happens pretty quickly. I do it during the day usually, and during business days. And so I always do it when I'm at the office, but so I get mine back pretty quickly. You might be doing it on the weekend, and then therefore, it might take a little bit longer, or you might be doing it at night. So, but just to be clear, so let's just say, so you want to maybe have it pause your campaign. So as soon as they prove it, they pause, the campaign's pause, and then you go in and you unpause it when you're ready. Or once they approve you, you can run the campaign. So normally, let me just tell you this. So normally I run the campaign, I already looked at the page. I got the page. I followed everything I talked about a little bit earlier. I'm running the page. And I have it just run the campaign as soon as I'm approved. The only time I actually really did the pause the campaign once I'm approved is for the demo that you guys probably saw. So I just pause it. And then, so I'll just put it back to run, and then you push create campaign. All right, now once it does this, first of all, you have no money, so you got to top up your money. I've already explained that. Nothing will happen until you do it. And then you got to add your link. And right here is where you're going to put your destination URL. Remember, I was talking about earlier, make sure you put the HTTPS : / and then you submit. You want to submit your URL up there. They're going to wait to get approval, and basically you're done. All right. So that is how simple and how easy it is to be able to make that happen. This is where you're going to see your views. This is where you're going to see your costs. This is your average cost per bid. I set this one right here for $1.55. If you won't see conversions unless you use the conversion tracking. That is right here. See right here it says tracking. This is what you're going to put. You can put on your landing page. This is what you put on your thank you page if you know what to do. And all those snippets need to go in the body HTML. And if you don't know what to do, you can read the guide to be able to tell you exactly what to do to put that on there so you can see the conversions. This will show you the budget and your hourly rate, and you can just start watching everything happen, what countries they're coming in from. You can see where the countries are coming in from, what you spend, what the bid was, what the conversion, or if you got the conversion tracking, and then the devices, which I'm only using desktop for this specific thing, but if you're using mobile from here. But that is exactly how you set it up and do it. Now, one thing to take in strong consideration, and one of the reasons why I would strongly recommend, remember the things that I said in that playbook, is realize this: we're going after mainstream traffic. So even if you're using bridge pages in front of everything to warm up that traffic is also a smart thing, even if it's not just affiliate offers, even if it's something you're doing. But that's how simply and easily it is done to make that happen. Top it up, test it out in traffic. You probably want to start small. You can limit it, limit it to make things happen. And I also want you to take in consideration a couple things. If we were buying solo ads, right? Because I'm a big solo ad buyer, to get 3 visitors to get 3 opt-ins, it would take normally, let's say the average opt-in page converts at 30%. Mine do a lot better than that, but let's just say that that's true. So I need 10 people. So 10 people, that's $5 to get 3 people. With this traffic, you're going to get a lot of traffic. But if you're looking at the real number of your costs per lead, mines are a lot cheaper than what I would pay anywhere else. I'm going to get more views, yes. But if I'm a smart marketer like you should be, I want you to think in this play, is what was the cost to acquire that lead? What was the cost to acquire that buyer? Think from that perspective. Because if you're doing solo ads and it's costing you $5 to get 3 subscribers, so what, 5 divided by 3, you figure that what, $1.50 plus $1.50, that's 3. Well, let's call it $1.75 a subscriber, and you find out that, hey, your cost is, $1 subscriber. You're crushing what you could do with solo ads. You're getting a lot more views, yes, and visitors, but your dollar per subscriber is lower. So think from that perspective, because that's what smart marketers do, is what is my cost per lead? What is my cost per sale? What is, to make things happen? And that's what you want to do. Plus, you can also test. You got a lot of traffic to be able to test on, to be able to make things happen. It's fast and easy. Once you're approved, as you saw in my thing, as soon as you top up, as soon as you add in your URL, you top up, you add your URL, and that thing starts running, in 10 minutes, you're going to start seeing traffic. All right? So think in the way that I just said, and go out there and crush it. All right, so I just finished the walkthrough, and let me just say this. Most people talk about getting traffic, but you just took control of it, right? So let's get real about this. There are thousands of products out there that are promised traffic. Most of them just give you theory or hype, or even worse, just another waiting game, but not this. With Traffic Pop, you've got the real thing. You have a real platform with real visitors, a step-by-step system that works. I just went over how to do it. I went over 5 monetization strategies that turn that traffic into cash, and a setup that you control there with no ad accounts, really, with no SEO, with no guesswork. This is what taking control looks like. Now, the URL that you want to go to, just to remind you, is this. You want to go to fastaway.com/pop to be able to do it. What we're using, on-click pop traffic, right? It's non-intrusive, and it does not require you to create any ads. So the moment your campaign is live, visitors are automatically redirected to your page. This traffic comes in from multiple large publisher networks, all ranked in the top 10 of their fields. They must meet or strict performance and compliance standards. The bottom line is this: it's real people clicking through and the results are real fast. Now, it's really simple to start. As I went through and as I showed you, you can start as little as $10. Once you launch, traffic usually starts within about 5-10 minutes of approval, sometimes instantly. So you want to start your first campaign, and by following what I said, go to fastaway.com/pop. Now, before you launch, you want to make sure you check the boxes that I talked about. Make sure your campaigns and your campaign and links are approved, right? So, your links are approved. You want to make sure your campaign are enabled. You want to make sure you have a positive account balance. You want to make sure your account is not limited, and your account isn't blocked by your scheduling your schedule settings, and you haven't hit your. You make sure you haven't hit your daily budget cap. You make sure you haven't hit your hourly or daily rates, and your bid isn't too low to compete. And just a quick pro tip: if your traffic is slow or inconsistent. I know I said this, but just try by increasing your bid. It affects your campaign priority in the network. So if you want to control the flow, you use the rate limit feature to throttle the traffic hourly or daily. And remember, this is real traffic, not magic traffic. So different pages convert at different rates. So if your funnel isn't converting yet, that's a sign to test, tweak, and to run, in maybe an offer optimizer play. Not everything works at the first try, but you've got traffic on tap now. And that means that you got the feedback loop that you need to make it work. So you now have something most marketers never figure out. A traffic source that you can turn on, a strategy that converts, a system you control. You no longer are waiting on algorithms. You no longer are begging for likes. You're building momentum on your terms, and this is what winning looks like. So go launch your first campaign, monitor it, tweak it, and if you hit a wall, refer back to back to what I said in this thing in this video, and pick the new money play. Listen, you made the right choice. You've got a real asset, and this is just the beginning. So let's make this traffic count.